Today I'm going to be telling you about the different types of users that you can get in Monday.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain exactly the functionalities of each user, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can invite users to your account and where you can manage them. And we're also going to delve a little bit into how you can add teams, right? So first off, I've put together a bit of a presentation where I show you the user types and then we can take it from there. So let's dive right in. So first off, with user types, there's four that you get. The first one is admin. The second type is members. Third type is viewers. And fourth type is guests. Now, with admins, this is probably the user that has the most power in the system. And typically what happens is that they oversee the entire account. They are able to add and delete users. They handle the security, the payments. They're able to add themselves as board owners to boards that you have. And then they pretty much control your entire Monday.com system. Now, what I would recommend is that you typically either, if you're a small business, make the owner an admin. That way you have control. Or if you have an IT manager, make them the admin as well. So typically, whoever you need to control the account, that is who you want to make admin. Don't just make anyone an admin. They have access to a lot of information on here. So just be very careful about that. The second type that you have is you have members. So now a member is able to view all of the main boards from any workspace on the account. So if a board is not private or is not shared, a member will be able to see all of that. They're able to open items and read updates. They can search or filter within a board. They are able to create boards. They really have a lot of power. They're able to create docs, open board views, be assigned to items. They're able to invite new members depending on the setting that you do, or new viewers. And then they're able to export boards to Excel. So just be careful of that. And then also what happens is that they can kind of view and customize the information in my work. Now, the amount of members depends on the plan that you have purchased. So for instance, with Monday.com, you can either have the smallest plan you can have is 3, then it's 5, then it's 10, then it's 15, and then so on and so on. And now you typically pay for members. So you would pay for anyone that's an admin is a paid for license, and anyone that is a member is also a paid for license. Okay. So typically most of the people in your organization would be members. The next one that you have is viewers. Now, viewers are able to view, again, all the main boards from anything on the account. They're able to open items. Now, the one thing I really want to mention about a viewer is that they cannot edit anything on the board. They are able to see it, but they are not able to edit. They cannot change anything, right? They can't create updates. They literally can view. That is it. So that is all you can do with a viewer. Now you can have as many viewers as you want, right? You can add as many people to it. If you don't want them to edit, make them a viewer, right? And then the second one, or fourth one, sorry, is guests. Now, guests typically are individuals that you invite, that people outside of the organization. And if you want to share a workspace where you want to collaborate with an outside organization, you would make it a shareable board. And typically what happens is that that is all that they can do in your system. They are able to edit on that board. So they can create updates, they can edit status columns, they're able to create items, they're able to delete items and move items in that board. Okay. They are not able to create any new boards on your account. They're not able to create new docs. And if you're using that email functionality in Monday.com, they can't do that. All right. So that is typically the 4 different types of things that you get. So typically, guests are individuals outside of an organization. So if you're working with contractors, make them a guest. If you're working with a company outside of the organization, make them a guest. Right now, what's going to happen is I'm going to take you through. Let me just come in over here. Test environment. All right, so let me just bring this up. Now, I'm going to show you how you can invite users to the account and how you can kind of determine exactly what the user is going to be. So if you want to invite a user, you can come over here and you can invite them via email if they're not on your account. So you can add them as a user here. And now typically, if you want to add guests, you have to change your board type to shareable. Okay. And guest users are invited over here. So this is where you can add your guest users, right? And then all they'll see is this board. That's the only board they see. If you've only invited them to this board, that's all they will see. Okay. Now, typically, if you want to see how to manage your users, what you can do is you can come in over here, you come over here, you go to administration, you go to users, and typically what will happen is that you can see all of your users, their emails and their roles, their names. So sorry, I'm just blanking out a lot of stuff right now, so you can't see it, but you'll basically see their profile pictures and things like that. And here you can choose their roles. So for instance, you can choose if they're an admin, a member, a viewer, or a guest. Okay. Right. The next thing that you can also do is I want to show you how to work with teams. So now with teams, you can come into the user side and you'll see that there's a thing called manage teams. Now over here, you can create a new team. We'll call this new team. And you can now add different people to the team. Okay. Now you cannot add guests to teams, right? You can add viewers to teams, but you can't add guests to teams, right? So that's one thing I want to mention. Okay. And that is typically how you can manage your users and how you can manage your teams. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care.